You guys good?
I'm talking about my man, Jimmy Butler. Put some whooping on the Cavs. They some busters. I ain't gonna lie. LeBron used a bowler. But Jimmy Butler is your father.
All right, 3, 2, 1. What's up, guys? It's another.
Oh, hey, man.
Put me off there. I was like, where'd you go? Why are you leaving? It's another Cheapsteak episode. 3 steaks in a pod. You're here with CJ, Paul, and Ben.
Yeah.
And we're here on a dinner date with you guys again. This is episode 4. If you're here for episode 4, thank you for coming on this journey with us. We're number 4.
Oh man,
Thank you.
you guys are the epitome of perseverance.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I mean, it almost started as one of these. We actually started this just to have dinner, and we thought let's try to record it. And now we've recorded it for 4 weeks in a row. So thank you to you guys.
Technically,
4 weeks in a row. But if we're technically, I didn't even get there. There's 5 episodes, but there's only.
Okay, fine.
So like always, we always show what we have for dinner tonight. Tonight is takeout night, as it is for all 3 of us. Maybe you guys are taking out, maybe you've cooked at home, but we're going to show you what we're eating tonight. And then we'll kick it off and see where the night goes from there, I guess. Hey.
You know it.
Let's do it.
All right. PB, what have you got? What do you got tonight?
Look, interesting night for me. I'll be honest. I couldn't choose. I didn't know what I wanted to eat. And as I was leaving the house to go pick up my daughter, Mom was like, "We've got a lot of food in the fridge." You know, she's made some classics. She's made adobo, some Filipino macaroni salad. There's a lot of berries there. There's some like corn beef as well. Like this, I was like, yeah, but we'll see. And then I was like, all right. And I was on my way back, ready for picking her up. I was like, I'm not even hungry. I had a big lunch. Like I just finished off the pasta. So I just thought I'll finish it off. And I think I ate too much.
Okay.
So I was really pushing. But I still really wanted to try this. So what I've got for us, just simple. Just a quick one, just because I have to drive through some KFC.
Nice.
But there was something I really wanted to try actually. So I've got the little go bucket, the little popcorn, just some popcorn chicken and some chips in here.
I still haven't had those. Those yet.
First time trying. I just thought I'm not starving, but I want to get something, So, but then I also wanted to try out these things because they're new. They're like these little burrito slider things.
Oh, okay.
You guys have seen on the TV. So there's 3 types. I got the pepper mayo slider, and I got the supercharged slider, and they're in flatbread.
Oh,
okay.
Otherwise, the other one was like sweet barbecue chicken or KFC.
Okay.
Something like that. So I got 2 sliders in this. So it's a simple one because I think I'm still pretty full, but I still want to eat. So
yeah, fair.
I'm ready to test out if the supercharged is really hot or this pepper mayo is good because
from my experience, I've never found supercharged hot. I found it more like peppery kind of. Yeah.
Which one should I go first then?
Yeah, I'm probably the worst with hot food.
Should I go supercharged or pepper mayo at home? Which one do you guys
go
prefer?
Pepper mayo. Go pepper mayo, and then go supercharged.
Okay, I'll do that. And for those at home, which one do you guys prefer? Or have you even tasted it? What do you guys think? But I'm just willing to test it out and see where we go from there.
Okay, all right.
So you went with a
simple one.
So you went a real simple tonight.
Super simple tonight.
I have a feeling we all went super simple-ish, kind of like. I don't think we went anything
Possibly.
out there.
I felt like chicken tonight, so I was like, I guess I think the reason why I got the idea was like I was like, Mom, I'm going to pick up Viv, and she goes, why are you going to pick up chicken? I was like, no, I'm going to pick up Vivian. She's like, oh, that's what I said. I was like, huh? And I was just like, man,
it's the classic. Yeah.
I was going to get pizza or something.
About to drop the classic. We got food at home. Why are you getting food out for?
She really did drop the classic, and I was like, you know what? I'll just smash it out the next 3-4 days. Just the way you tagged me in that meme, CJ. You're right. gonna be eating some leftovers for the next few days. So I was like,
Yeah,
do it for the pod.
I got
Do
a
it for those at
story
home.
about that.
Yeah, do it for those at home. So I appreciate it. Simple. I want to try something new. So hey, KFC, it's chicken tonight. Like chicken. Yeah, okay, stop. Moving on.
All right, Ben, what do you got? What do you got tonight?
Also did a mass order again with sister. So I went to my sister's house earlier to go pick it up. So pretty much I got someone Japanese. I got a poke bowl.
Oh,
This is a lot smaller than I thought it would be.
Oh wow, that's
I've had,
in the size of your
a
hand.
poke bowl. Hey.
You just do this like your Iron Man or something. Yeah, here's my Pokeball Iron Man. Go that way. Hold it like.
hey, it might tip out.
Yeah. It's so small. Like it's just not. That's probably 3 bites, man. Like I'm not even kidding. Anyway, it's got all the stuff that you need in there for your classic Pokemon.
Okay.
I like I like the raw tuna. So that's my flavor right there.
You prefer raw tuna over salmon?
Yeah, I'm a tuna guy. I think I like the that. Yeah. And then we just got a sushi platter.
Damn.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Sushi
Okay.
platter.
Oh
You know, actually, what's really good about them? So they got these tiny ones, which is perfect for Zayla. So she was smashing out. There was about 9 of them, so she's already smashed out about 7.
Damn.
And then so for this one, I'll just take out the tuna, the salmon, and she'll just eat the rice and seaweed. But she loves it. She loves it. Right? She was whinging before for it. So yeah, just got the platter. That'd be enough to share family style as always. And then yeah, just got the poke bowl tonight.
Damn, I didn't know you could order
I actually
sushi.
got something cheeky. I got something cheeky as well. I went to McDonald's. I got a 24-pack of nuggets. Okay.
I was gonna say, like-
sushi would be enough. I was like, oh, I don't know if that's gonna fill me up, man. I might need someone else.
You were looking at it. You were like, I think I need a little.
were you
bit
on the
more."
drive home?
Well,
Like
I didn't see this. I didn't see this. I just picked up the box. But then I was thinking on the way home, I was thinking, far out. The box looks kind of small. I don't know if there's going to be enough. But now I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be enough. This is going to be enough. Because Susan only likes she doesn't really eat the raw fish and stuff. So she'll eat just the cooked fish, the cooked tuna, and then the chicken one. So yeah.
there you
That's
go.
why
So,
I
like,
was thinking, oh, I'll get the poke bowl. But then I was thinking, okay, let's get the nuggets too.
I'm imagining you just like driving home thinking this might not be enough, and a fallback on nuggets is always good. It's like, yeah, just go plain protein, like don't get anything special, or just get nuggets. Like it's simple, fills you up, and it's just chicken.
Nuggets is the perfect snack. Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of sushi here and a lot of rice.
Yeah.
Like,
That's exactly what I thought, man. I forgot about rice. Yeah.
oh wow, the
That looks
sushi
good.
looks good though. That looks. Where's it from? Where is that place?
Sushi Jiro. Is that the one from Glenway?
Oh, Sushi Zero. There's a couple, but they were doing those delivery days. So the postcode today was in Trinas and like southeast. So we're able to get it on the day that they were delivering. A lot of places are doing that. The delivery days.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a good way to like get rid of their stuff and not still make business. So.
Yeah.
All right,
sure.
cool.
What you got, Sage?
All right. Well, this is something me and Ben have been telling Paul for a while to try out.
Oh, I think I know what it is.
So I'm just gonna. Oh,
A little sneaky there. A little sneaky there.
I got myself a Mega Jack.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I didn't get the normal Jack. I got the Mega Jack, the biggest.
The mega.
And off the
It's
bat,
heavier.
off the bat, I can tell you I already like this better than Macca's because it's not in a stupid box. They wrap their burger, so everything when I open this, nothing's gonna fall out. Like,
And you know what else? When you open it, it's not on a garden bed.
yeah,
You know when you get your Big Mac? When you get your Big Mac's on a garden bed of shrimp lettuce?
Like I hate that. That's
Yeah.
my biggest pet peeve is that like
Yeah.
just
That
lettuce
makes sense.
and salad everywhere, and like
Yeah.
it's like can I get some salad in my burger or is that just a side dish?
Would you like a burger with your salad?
But yeah, for you guys at home who don't know what a Mega Jack is, it is basically the equivalent of Macca's Big Mac that they've just released, but it's Whopper size. So it's not your little tiny Big Mac stacked. It's Whopper patties stacked on top of each other. This burger is heavy.
You got a picture? Can you open it up and just show it to the screen here?
Yeah, sure. So
It's funny how you said like it's the equivalent because that's actually having a bit of a legal situation at the moment with this
are they?
Big Mac, Big Jack situation. Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and it's
I see.
massive. Yeah.
Sorry, can you bite it? Can you give us the biggest bite you can?
Like okay, I've got a pretty big mouth. This is really hard to like. I'm gonna,
Yeah.
That's
barely
perfect.
fits. It barely fits. Like
That's such a good angle.
Such a good angle. Oh, perfect with it all, man.
so yeah, I'm having that and side of onion rings.
Oh, you got onion ring.
Yeah, I got onion rings
Hey,
and
You went bougie.
I also got
You know what?
chips.
Can I ask you, are you guys like, all right, I'll just get chips, but because we're already recording a podcast, I'll get the onion rings as well, just to add that little
Oh, I always
element.
get onion rings. I always get onion.
Oh,
But they made them better at Hungry Jack's. They used to be the little tiny small ones.
mhm. Well, hey,
And
they
now
do
they're
say
like
the burgers are
$300.
better there, right? Or not?
Used to be.
Sorry, what?
They do say the burgers are better at Hungry
Better.
Jack's.
I agree. I kind of like Hungry Jack. They're a lot. I don't know. Like Macca's has moved on to like a more bougie kind of style. I still like it dirty, like they're nice and dirty and meaty. Yeah.
Okay.
I love mayo in a burger.
Mm.
And that's what I like about the Whopper so much. And so when McDonald's does the McFeast, there's mayo in that burger, I think. Mayo or something. And I love it, man. That's like my favorite McDonald's burger.
Interesting.
But that Mega Jack, it's awesome, man. I love
Hefty,
it as well.
hefty.
I haven't had it yet. I'll have to have that on an empty stomach one day.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to
It's
finish it.
definitely not one that you would have after you've eaten something.
Yeah,
you won't be
it
able
looks heavy.
It's heavy.
It's not a,
You need a soft drink to wash that
it's not
down.
a,
Not water.
yeah.
What'd you get?
It's not one of those,
I
I'll
got
just
a
grab a
Coke.
cheeky Mega Jack on the side kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
And you know what else I love? When you go to Macca's, right? They have the automated, like the machine that fills the drink for them.
Oh, and it doesn't go all the way up.
Never filled up to the top. Like when you go to Macca's and then you say no ice, it's even less. Like, come on, man, just top it up. You know? That's what I like about Hungry Jack's too. They top it up to the top when you say no ice.
Two things about that. Like one, the good thing about Hungry Jack's is if you eat there, you can refill your drink.
Yeah.
I think that's a game changer. And you guys speaking of mayo, I just finished my Oh no, I didn't eat. Wait, really? What? I don't know the difference.
Is it good?
I thought I ate the pepper mayo first, but now I just realized I think I'm eating the supercharged one now. Yeah, I think I am. Pepper mayo was nice, but it just felt like a twister, but in pita bread.
Oh.
You know?
Oh,
Like it's
yeah.
just like a smaller version of a twister with the pita bread, and this supercharged doesn't seem spicy at all. I'll give it another bite. But
That's why, is it Twisters that are at KFC? I hate the Twisters, man.
You hate Twisters.
They taste nice. They taste nice, but I just feel like
It's just
they're
basic.
not. Yeah, too simple.
yeah,
Chicken, lettuce, sauce, and that's it.
That's my go-to when I go to KFC.
twister as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it too simple? I feel like we can make it at home. Like you get the chicken tenders and do it. Like get the fried chicken tenders and do it yourself.
It's not the same.
Oh yeah, I know. I
Wait,
know
did
it's
you
not
get-
the same, but it seems too simple to have to go get takeaway for it.
You're right about that. Did you get a drink with yours, Ben?
No, I just got this drink.
Yeah, I didn't get any drink with mine. I think that's where like when you go to like KFC or Red Rooster or some places, you get the bottle. But then when you get to like Hungry Jack's and Macca's, you get the cup and everything.
Yeah.
I think like
Must
as
be,
I was saying before, like the benefit. I think Hungry Jack's has more drink flavors as well. Personally, like they'll have the red Fanta, orange Fanta, Sprite, Coke, Pepsi, Diet Coke. They'll have all that. We just got like maybe 4, like plain Fanta and everything.
Yeah.
Like
the best
I remember,
I
as a, KFC down the road used to be Hungry Jack's growing up as a kid, and on the school holidays we would all chip in like maybe, I think me, 2 other guys, we'd probably like put our coins together, get $1.60 after spending a day at the skate park. Spend $1.60, get ourselves a small cup from Hungry Jack's, and we'd share that small cup between like 4 or 5 of us, because you can just keep refilling the soft drink. That was like our holiday hack, man. Like, I got 30 cents here, put it together, spend the day at the skate park as kids, walk down there, just keep refilling at the Hungry Jack's. Those are the days for us. I remember doing that.
Yo.
School holidays were like, it was a thing to look forward to. I mean, I remember I used to like back in primary school. I could not wait for school holidays, those 2 weeks, but they were the quickest 2 weeks you'd ever had. At the time, it was almost like there wasn't enough. Like you had so much to do during school holidays, and when it was over, it was just. But then I still spent most of the time just chilling at home.
Yeah.
Doing nothing with my sisters. And I just like bringing, oh man, 2 weeks of doing that, but I wanted 2 more weeks of doing exactly that. Same thing.
You've almost finished your Pokeball there, Ben.
Yeah, it's nearly done. It's nearly done. Sorry.
It's just school holidays right now.
Yeah.
Like, I
So
swear,
coming up.
it doesn't even feel like it's school holidays. Like, with the whole virus thing, and like kids not going to school and doing like online learning and stuff like that, it just feels like everyone's on holidays. Like,
Yeah.
or like they've been on holidays
like,
for ages.
Yeah.
The distinction between
School holidays, especially these ones with my birthday was always on school holidays around the grand final time. So that was like, I never had to spend my birthday at school. Because I remember back in the day, kids used to bring stuff to school on their birthdays to hand out.
Yeah.
I was always like, man, I hope I never have to do that. And it was always fortunate because my birthday was always on the school holidays. Got away with it.
What did you
I
guys
remember that.
go for?
Actually, I remember like it'd be if someone's birthday, if they I think the younger you are, the more opportunity there was to get something like a free cake or something. But the older you got, the less people cared about celebrating their birthday at school.
Yeah.
Older? Yeah.
But what did you guys do on school holidays?
That's a good question.
Hold on. Meme? What's my memory here?
I think like I know there's many things, and it's crazy how we grew up so close to each other, as well. And I think it was interesting times. I think it was literally like I think there was one time where we always went to the skate park. That was just one of the times. We'd always go to the skate park and, like I said, get the So you guys know Rangamat? Rangamat just grew up, down the road from me as well. He had his 2 brothers, Eric Chung, as well. Throw him in the mix, and a few others from around the place. And we'll just head down, and the skatepark was one of the things that we definitely would do. Not that we could do any tricks though, to be honest. We were just mostly watch.
Did you actually use like skateboards and stuff?
Yeah, we had a skateboard and a scooter or a bike, but could we do any tricks? No. There was a lot of just admiring.
Yeah.
I remember there was a guy there. He was definitely 20, older than 20. Let's say I'm like 12, 13. There's a guy who's definitely older than 30 or 40. And I remember him clearly because he wore a helmet and his elbow pads and knee pads, but he had a skateboard which had a handle connected to it. So it was a scooter, but it wasn't a scooter. It was a scooter made out of a skateboard.
Oh, okay.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
And he would just kind of like roll up and down the side of the bowl, just watching people.
Hey, guys,
and I could tell that he was.
So Susan said she's full, which means that I've got to eat them.
Damn.
That's a lot. But you need a
I got
dude.
to as well.
You know what you do? Eat the nuggets, but it's hard to choose.
Eat the nuggets
tomorrow.
Yeah, eat the nuggets and
Eat
then
the
put that
nuggets.
in the fridge.
You can butt on the sushi. You can eat the nuggets. You don't want.
I don't know. I feel like the sushi, the rice is gonna go yuck if I leave it for a day. So I'll eat the nuggets, and I can always microwave the nuggets.
But you have to ask
But
yourself,
it's
what tastes
soggy.
better re-warm? For me personally, I can't do secondhand nuggets. Does that make sense? Like I can't reheat nuggets and eat it. Maybe you can. Personally, I can't like reheat nuggets or stuff like that.
I could probably air fry. Yeah, I could probably air fry the nuggets. Might bring
Could do
back the
that.
creepiness.
What are you guys listening? Those listening, can you guys reheat a cold burger or like a cold Big Mac or a cold nuggets or cold KFC chicken? I personally just some of those things I just can't reheat.
Should I say something?
How about you,
Right,
Tegan?
What do I do for holidays, or what do I do for?
What would you do for that chicken there or sushi?
I'd probably just eat it all.
I'm pretty much eating it all. Stuff it.
Yeah. So I remember this guy, back to my guy, and he would just roll around on the side watching everyone do tricks, and he was there every day. I think he was definitely had a disability or something, but I saw him all the time, and he couldn't do anything apart from just roll along on the sides, and he looked envious of the people doing tricks.
Yeah.
And that memory is clawed into my brain. It's printed into my brain forever. Whenever I think of a skate park, he was just
I
there
feel bad for the guy.
watching on. Yeah, felt bad for him.
For sure. It's like when you get those kids who if you play basketball or whatever it is, like it happened to us. And you see you just sort of watching you guys play basketball, and you knew they wanted to play. So you either let them play or you don't. You sort of just keep playing. It's one of those things.
Well, on those lines, did you guys adventure out on the holidays and find new friends or make new friends in primary school, in the holidays? I think that's how kids make friends, right? Someone walked past me you want to play? That's how I made the friends all in my area.
I think
we just kind of saw each other.
For me, it was just I usually hung out with Ben because he lived down the road, and we would take our bikes and just ride. We wouldn't really interact with other people or other neighborhood kids.
No.
Yeah, I know.
But the kid who moved in next to me.
Yeah.
We made friends with him. Yeah, he was the other kid I was almost bored. So my sisters were he was riding his bike by himself. So my sisters were go make friends with him. Go. I'm what do I do? Go make friends with him. So I approached him with my bike because he was riding his bike as well. When I approached him, and I was like, "Oh, hey, I live next door." I can't remember exactly the dialogue that we had, but it was kind of "Hey, I live next door," and then he was and he pointed at the side of his house, the fence, because we were on the outside of his house, and there was an empty lot next to his house.
Yeah.
It was my house, his house, and then an empty lot. And he goes, "Oh, hey, I'm Eric," and he goes, he pointed at there was a wet spot on the fence.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, I took a piss over there." And I was like, "Oh, cool." So I went over and peed next to his dark spot on the fence. There were two pee marks on the fence. and then we just hit it off from there, man. And then I think CJ, did the same thing happen to you? Because then I introduced him to CJ.
No. Okay, and then so I remember this. I came over to Ben's house once. And he's like, "Do you have a secret peeing spot?" I was just like, "What's a secret peeing spot?" And he's like, "Oh, I go and pee over there, outside, like in the front yard, in like some bushes." I was like, "Oh, I think I need a secret peeing spot too." So I had a secret peeing spot in my house too, and we all used them.
Oh man!
Yeah, there'll be times where you'd see 3 spots on the wall, and the taller one was CJ's spot because he was taller than all of us, and then mine was the shorter peeing spot, and then Eric's was like the medium because he was the medium between the 3 of us.
That's so funny.
That was how we bonded when we were school holidays and like when we were younger. Just playing outside all the time. You needed a secret peeing spot because you couldn't go back inside.
Yeah, you couldn't go back inside. Once you go inside, it's it. You can't go back out.
Yeah, that's you're right about
Once you come home,
That's
once you come home, you're not allowed to go back out.
you're so right. Like now, I'm just thinking if I had a secret peeing spot, I think there wouldn't have been one spot, but I know there would have been multiple for us. Like I can think of 2 where across the road there was a car dealership, and side to it was like a mechanic shop for that dealership for Mazda. And there were these massive pine trees, and you could pretty much just like after the night's over, you can pretty much just kind of like wrestle in between those trees and just kind of go there. Or on my neighbors up at the end of their driveway up there, there's this massive bush, and you could kind of just go back there and have a bit of a let go as well there. But you're exactly right, man. Once you come home, you're home. Unless you can like just be quick and like not be caught, like to get something. I'm just getting something and like, and then your mom will be like, "Oh, do this," or "You haven't done this," or whatever. This, so you're just like, like it's so hard to get out. You weigh the risk, risk to reward ratio. Is it worth me going inside and getting that ball or getting that, that instrument that I need?
Yeah.
We need this piece of rope because we're going to climb this tree. Or
I always remember like going over to Ben's, it would be like pre-planning because it'd be like, all right, I need to bring my basketball, or like I need to bring my controller, because once I go over there and I forget something, that's it. Like we're not using that. We have to improvise because when I can't walk home because it'd be like, oh, you're home already. Okay, don't go back out. Like
it was always because CJ's house was up the road and then around the corner, and it was right there. And then so it was always like, if he was gonna make the trip all the way to mine, he had to make sure he had everything. Because there's no way he was going. But halfway up, there was a dog who always attacked us. CJ always made sure. He always made sure I'm never gonna come across that dog unless I have to go home.
Like for the good half of like our friendship, there was a dog that tormented us. Like we were scared to come over. We would always be like, all right, where's the dog? Where's the dog? Like, you see it? Like,
and then CJ would be like, no, I'm not gonna come today. Is the dog here? I haven't seen it. He was, I'm not gonna make it today, man. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then, man.
Oh man,
but the dog will dictate that,
But it's crazy though, right? Like our street, like when we were growing up, in summer and spring and stuff like that, even in winter, we would always be outside. Like we would always be outside, riding our bikes, just doing whatever. Like chasing bees. I remember that we used to chase bees and stuff like that when it was in spring.
You try to stomp on them.
Yeah, and stomp
you
on
guys
them.
try to stomp on them?
But now it's like when you go outside, you don't see anyone. It's like a ghost town on our street. Like
it'd be so funny. It'd be so funny trying to tell them. If I were to try to tell Zay, like, go play outside or something. What am I supposed to do outside? Go stop on bees or something. I don't know.
Just venture out. Like it really is like a boring thing. Like it was crazy because like for me, I remember like growing up, it's like, you know, we did have a landline, but sometimes my landline was used for like people who lived a little bit further, you know.
Mm.
And my mum needed to drop me there. For around my local area, you know what told me if people were home was the bikes, and just old school knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Knock.
Yeah.
Is you know is Josh home? No, okay. Knock and like sometimes what would happen in that crew thing is like you didn't know every single person yet, so it's like I knew Eric, and so when we met like Matt, Justin, and Chris, and I rang a Matt, moved from there, and then they knew like these kids that lived down the road, so like they would go knock on the first house, and then like we're riding our bikes together. That kid would probably know someone else, so ride off to that kid's house, come join us, and like you were just kind of like just knew people because of people, and you weren't looking for your friends.
Link up.
Like, I don't know this person. I haven't even made friends with this person's family yet, but I know all my friends here. I can see their bikes. I'm gonna knock on their door, and then they're like, "Oh, yeah, come in." Yeah, because that's how it was. It was just almost like this sense of like, because you're already friends with them, but you just weren't like direct friends yet. But if you wanted to go find your friends without calling them, you would just kind of go around on your bike and to figure it out, you know, like I was about like 10, 11, 12, like the skateboarding times and everything. So it was interesting, like just adventure and like do things. And you wouldn't have any, you'd have to go home to eat though on the holidays. Or you just wouldn't eat, you'd have breakfast. And you wouldn't eat till like,
you load up
you
for
got
breakfast
home.
and then,
You eat less on the holidays because you're like, unless food's free or given to you, you just kind of like
You know
eat
what you used to do on the
breakfast.
holidays? Yeah. You know what we used to do on the holidays? We used to watch everything after Dragon Ball Z. And just start watching in the box. Play school.
What's in the box?
Everything
8:30 to 9
Dragon
o'clock.
Ball Z, you were watching it.
and you're like, what are these shows? Why are they on like after?
This is what I'm missing out on?
Yeah.
There was a show called like, it was called like Silver Sun or something. I used to watch on Channel 7 after that, like, because I remember I had this like routine. There was one school holidays I really, really remember. I'd wake up, you know, watch Dragon Ball Z, have my breakfast and everything until about 9 o'clock, finishing what's in the box, or 9:30, and then I'll go to Matt's house. And we would play Star Fox Troopers until like 3 or 4 in the afternoon because my mum went to work. I pretty much looked after myself, like.
But that's how it is on holidays, though. Like you become independent for those 2 weeks. Like you come home, you have dinner and stuff like that. But like when you're outside of the house and you're playing with your friends, you're kind of like, all right, free roam. Like
you have a key. You have a key. You don't have a phone, and you just have to.
No mobile phones, and it was just like
no phone. Just keys.
Just keys. Yeah,
it's probably like just one key as well. Just that one key. Reach up in your pocket and you're like, bring in.
And it's crazy. Like, and if you were lucky,
right there, that one key.
And if you were lucky, you know, a bit of coins or something that really, you know, really can't buy anything.
Oh, never had pocket money.
It was crazy because like those were the things that kind of like they made you grow up in a sense. Like you gain that independence, but then you learned and figured things out. Like you know. I remember one holidays, I was teaching Eric to jump a fence. Like he was on the fence for like an hour or two, and I was like, "Come on, man, you can do it! Just jump!" Like you know, like. And those are things you need to do because they do things to your mental, like to your own, like to the core of like your personality, like taking risks or not, and those kind of things because you become so sheltered. Like, I just think like there's parts of our development that need to be. It needs to be like catered to and exposed to as opposed to coddled, you know, like how we were talking about last time, like what food will we eat or won't we eat, you know, you got to get that exposure. Like growing up now, as you said, there's no kids around. Like can you imagine it's the last generation, we're like the last generation to be pre-social media.
It is
to knock on doors.
We were definitely the transition between playing outside kids and staying inside kids because I remember our neighborhood, kids were out there all the time. I used to ask my parents, I'm like, did you ever feel uncomfortable with us playing outside? I'm like, nah, because you're playing with all the other kids.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh. because now I think about it, and there's no kids out there, but I don't feel safe to have kids just play out. Like they have to just play at a playground, not just outside the front of the house.
And
I have to make sure I know.
And there's got to be like at least one kind of parent or responsible person with them, as opposed to like
he's watching
us. We were just like by ourselves. Like I think nowadays,
but we knew our own boundaries, right? Like we knew not to go out
too
of our
far,
little estate area. Yeah, it was just kind of there, but our parents knew that we're always just around there,
area,
which is kind of crazy to think about. And then we also moved into starting to play video games at home.
Like
where you still take the bike out, but ditch the bike at the house to go inside.
The bike was a means to just get to the other person's house quicker. Even though we live like 200 meters away from each other.
But that's the thing though, like you would still use your bikes, and it's like, if the game was like getting boring or you've had enough, then you still had those fallbacks to go out and ride your bike and go do something. You would, for some reason, we knew how to balance playing games, because like, we'd all go to someone's house to play whatever, or maybe just be playing like Yu-Gi-Oh, like or something like that, or whatever it may be, marbles. You'd still kind of travel and do those things. It was still very old school, still very new. In the way
the only transportation was only our bikes.
Yeah.
I mean, DJ always used to put the stand on his bike. He'd roll it up to the front. He wouldn't just. I always lay mine flat. Or just like we can get off and then go in. DJ out here pulls that stand down, lets it balance real nice, walks into the house.
Because I was going in trouble. I was going in trouble for laying it down. So I was like, I had to do it. Like.
If it was a newer bike, you kind of get like all delicate about it, like, and like you're right about like travel distance. I remember like I know how far we went. I remember one time we went like a little far, like I think like Yarraman, like just across the way you are, Ben. But that other side of we went across the bridge, like that side one time. We're like, this is pretty far. Let's not get lost, kind of thing, you know. But like, it's those kind of situations which kind of grows you as a kid, like to venture and be like, I need to go. The experience to go back and be like, I'm hungry, like, and not because I'm hungry I'm going to steal, but it's like I'm hungry, but I just need to get I need to bring a water bottle next time so I don't get thirsty, or like I wonder if my friend's mum's going to cook some hot pockets for us, because like I'm over here for you're like yes, get some snacks or something like that. Like, let's go to the milk bottle.
Did you guys ever make stuff at home alone? Like when you guys were home alone or whenever?
What's a go-to snack you had on your holidays?
Yeah, I mean, we talk about food all the time, right? So what was your holiday kind of go-to?
I'm gonna put it out there. Cheese toasty with like, and it used to be with baked beans inside. So.
Oh wow!
With a jaffle maker, the sandwich press.
The jaffle maker,
That's probably my go-to, because it was so easy to make.
Yeah.
And it was one of those, like, once you put it in, like, you can't mess it up. Like,
Yeah.
Because even the jaffle maker turned itself off after a while. Like, after a while, it's been closed.
You hear it click.
Yeah.
It clicks. Yeah. Exactly.
So,
I don't think I had a go-to. We always, my dad actually always used to buy Maggi noodles for us. So we'd have Maggi noodles, and I don't know. I can't really remember if I really had a go-to, because I remember because my sisters were around, we sort of just ate whatever. Or we used to watch. We used to get movies from Video Easy, get the weeklies. You get those 5-day weeklies. No, the 5 weeklies, and like we'd smash those out. I can't remember what we used to do though. Such a long memory, man.
That's funny. Like I remember, like if I had to cook for myself, it'll just be like chucking a pie in the oven. Like I knew how to do that because I could just like look at the time.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too hard as a kid. Like, but if it would just be like leftovers or something, or it would be like, if I could, I would put like. I get a bowl and I just put grated cheese and tomato sauce and melt it in the microwave and have it just like that. That was just like some random snack I had as a kid.
What? Guys, comment below. Have you had melted cheese with tomato sauce?
Like that?
Just in the bowl, you put the grated cheese in, squirt some tomato sauce, pop it in the microwave for like 30 into a minute, and then just mix it up and just. It was just something I just had when I was a kid. I don't know. I like cheese. I got it from someone else. I got it from a family friend when I was like 3 or 4. I don't know how many. They're only a couple years older than I am. There was like a bunch of siblings, and I forgot shit. Like I think I remember watching like Disney or something like that, and I was a kid, and like we made it, and just something I've had. I didn't even remember her name.
Yeah.
Just one of those things that I did.
I used to just do rice and tomato sauce. Did you guys ever do that? Just rice.
I did. I did rice, soy sauce, and butter. So it's kind of like a fried rice.
Oh.
I've done rice with butter or rice with soy sauce, but rice, soy sauce, and butter.
Yeah, legit.
Butter.
Yo, you gotta try it. So you get like a little bit of butter, and then you melt it with the rice. So obviously you had the day-old rice or the 2-day-old rice.
Yeah.
And you put it in a bowl, chuck it in the microwave with the butter, let the butter melt, and warm up the rice, mix it through, then just chuck a little bit of soy sauce.
Soy sauce.
Yeah.
I would do that with the butter, but just a pinch of salt. I would put a pinch of salt.
Not now, because I have a wider range of culinary things that I can do. And if worst comes to worst, I don't have to get on my bike. I can get in my car.
That's true. That's true. I just go to Macca's, yeah?
Yeah, Macca's. We've got quite a few things around.
Just imagine that.
But it's
just imagine going to a McDonald's and then seeing CJ's bike with the stand at the front of McDonald's. Must be CJ. CJ in here, you guys.
And hey, you know what? That would be a thing actually. Like even, not to jump into my early teens, but even my early teens on the bike thing, you're like, oh, person's at Macca's or Hungry Jack's. You start to know people's bikes the way you know people's cars.
Yeah.
When you're a kid.
Yeah, for sure.
And like, what bikes did you guys roll around? I rolled around in a silver. I forgot what it was called, a Pro X or something. It was blue and silver, and I remember. I had it, and it's gone now. It had like these like rhinos on the brakes, they're like Shimano brakes. Like, that was my bike that I rolled around in.
You knew your bike from like.
That's what I mean. That's what I rolled around in. Before it, I had a small BMX, but that's what I rolled. What did you guys roll around in?
I don't remember. Okay, Ben.
I just had a black BMX bike. It had pegs on it. Do you remember that scene?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was a black BMX. It just had pegs, but yeah, it came with a scooter combo. So what happened was I wanted the bike and I wanted the scooter because CJ got a scooter, and then I was kind of like, oh,
I want a scooter too.
The scooter looks so cool. The scooter looks so cool. I want a scooter. So then CJ used to come over with the scooter, and then he used to, instead of the stand, he used to put up against the wall.
Yeah.
So he would not lay anything down. He'll put up against the wall, come into the house, and then I was just like, no, so I ended up getting like one of my birthdays. I think one of my birthdays had to be one of those times. Got like a bike and a scooter combo. But yeah, no, that's it.
That's great. So it was like just a black BMX and scooter combo. Nice.
I used to remember
it was a black BMX bike with the scooter. Do you remember, Sid?
Yeah. I used to remember though, because I had a mountain bike, so I didn't have the foot pedals. I didn't have the foot brakes that Ben did on his BMX.
Yeah.
So I couldn't do the skids. So we would Ben would like go up to a really fast speed and then just hit the foot brakes, and it would be like, and he would leave the tire marks on the.
Yeah. Oh man. I know exactly what you're doing.
You know what CJ had though? He had the bell. So he come down that hill. Ding ding ding, coming guys.
Man,
came down that hill.
Oh man, you just reminded me because I remember as a kid, because I grew up with my small BMX. I remember I was 6 or 7 when I got it. I bought it here in Daniel, but I took it over to the west side, and that was my small BMX. As I got bigger, we tried to do tricks on it because it was small. And I remember when I was young, I would do exactly what Ben did. And I remember I would speed around this house I used to live in, and so often I would spend time trying to skid into a 360, trying to make the biggest, longest curve skid I could, because you go on one foot and you're like,
Yeah.
Cool. And then you move on to your, kind of moves on to the mountain bike, and you're like, it's different. You can start, pedaling backwards. If you could pedal backwards, that made you cool.
Yeah.
I was like, I can pedal backwards, man. Like, this is different. This is new technology.
And then
the game.
The other trick was like you could use it as a kind of like a scooter. So you would stand on one pedal and then you would just push it, if you didn't want to get on.
Scooter onto it.
I think just for those listening, like, what kind of bike did you get around in? Or scooter as well? Because I know I had a scooter as well. But did you guys have bike ed in your primary school?
No.
Oh,
actually, yeah. Wait, no,
yeah,
we did. To learn how to be safe around like using your and then you had
Riding
to
your
go
bike.
and then you had to like do the course. It was like an figure eight kind of course, and everyone would follow each other.
Oh,
yeah.
No, we actually had a small circuit. It looked like a road.
Yeah.
But it was a miniature road. But you rode your bikes on it. I felt like I was so cool because I ride my bikes every day. I'm better than these guys.
100%.
I know how to do a skit.
It's for us. I think.
And then I saw they on mountain bikes. I'm like, oh man, these are CJ bikes.
If I remember bike ed, I can't remember if bike ed for us was 2 weeks straight or if it was 1 day a week for the term. But I remember like there was so much we had to learn, like obviously riding within that thing. There was another one where it's like how to do a blind check while you're driving, and it's like you put your hand on your hip and you.
What?
I never learned that.
Yeah, we had like it was like a driving course for kids. But it's not that you can just turn and look. It's that you turn and look, but you're still staying on the straight path. Like you're still within the road. So like there's all that, like learning how to signal when we're turning. Man, there was even a small 1x1 meter thing, and there was a test of how long you can stay in that box. And like you would just be like balancing without it. Like you're in a 1x1 meter box, and it's about staying balanced on your bike without coming off. So you're just kind of like pedaling just a little bit, and you just kind of like walk. And like it's a lot of like standing and balancing, and they time you. And I remember Rami went for over a minute. He had a BMX bike, and he was just still for ages and just kind of like bunny hopping to stay in the same spot. And I was just like on my mountain bike, and I got better and I approved. But I was like, this guy's crazy, man. Like there was some
It
real.
sounds a little.
Did you guys ever
It
ride?
almost sounds like it put you off from riding a bike. Like
It made me competitive.
You're like, man, this is so many rules. Like I just want to have fun.
It was about learning how to ride a bike properly. I got a certificate somewhere. It was important. You wanted that tick. Because like you would have ticks and crosses. You want everything to be a tick that I completed every little lesson. Like that means I'm a good biker. Like come at me,
Did you guys ever get to the point where you rode without your hands? I could do. I got to one-handed. Like one-handed was easy, and then like I kept doing this to try and but I never got to the point where I could just like casually pedal and like the bike would just go straight. Like I could never get to that stage.
They're always easier with the mountain bikes for some reason. But
I think it's because
I was never able to do it. The calibration. Yeah.
I did end up getting to that level of no hands. It took me a while to practice up and down the straight. At the start, it would be like and then but you just kind of you're just gliding, right? You're just gliding.
Oh, wow.
Because it's hard, yeah. But then the harder one is to pedal. It's harder to pedal with no hands
because the balance is like shifting. Right?
Because the balance shifts you off. But then over time, I started to realize the more you pedal, it's easier to balance by pedaling. And then then you just started to just it was literally, it got to a point where I was like this is actually I can't do it anymore, but it got so easy.
Maybe we can visit that once lockdown's finished.
I can't do it anymore. I would test myself. I would test myself. Because what was the coolest thing about bike ed at school was if you lived close enough, a lot of people had to get their bikes driven in and then leave it in the shed at the school for the term or something. And every time it's bike ed, they can do it. But if you live close enough, like myself or you guys, you could just ride your bike to school and they will give you a slip that you can do that. And let me tell you, man, the pride that was falling out of my chest riding to school every day. You obviously have to wear a helmet because of the school, but then it's like rocking up with no hands. That's what you want to be like. Just zooming in like all the like you're in grade 5 or grade 6 at this time, and all the little kids looking at you. And you're like, yeah, so what's up? It's just one of those things.
I rode my bike to school one time. And if you guys remember where I used to live compared to my school, it was like literally 50 meters. It was 50 meters away. I just wanted to know what it felt like, I had a bike chain and everything. I just wanted to know what it felt like, you guys, because I saw kids do it all the time, man. So I rode my bike that one morning, rode it back, and was just like, I could have walked that whole time.
It would have been faster for you to walk because you didn't have to take the bike out and like.
Well, like, yeah, because I had to walk to school with my sisters anyway, right?
Yeah.
So I'd ride my bike there, and I had to wait at the gate for my sisters to catch up anyway. So I was standing next to my bike, like, what? Because you couldn't ride your bike inside the school ground.
Oh man.
So it's the last time ever. That's the last time ever.
That's crazy. And it's funny because like you could even I remember did you ever ride your bikes to like the milk bar or to like a shops or something like that and you leave it at the front?
Nah. I think me and CJ got to that point where we started to feel a bit like we shouldn't be riding our bikes this far kind of thing.
It was like because the shops were just beyond the boundary limits of where we would go.
Yeah.
Like
like we can see it.
You can see it. It's right there.
But, you the traffic lights at the corner of Jackson's Road, like, should we? Like
no, that's too far already. That's way too far.
That's too far. It was tennis courts. You could see it. And then it was like, nah. My parents tell me, we shouldn't go there. So we never did.
That's funny, man. Did you guys have what was your home time? Obviously, we weren't. I don't know. A lot of us. I wasn't rocking around with a watch. For me, when the sun goes down, it's time to go home. Yeah. How about you guys?
Yeah, 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock every day. 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh.
Legit.
5 o'clock. It was 5 o'clock every day. It's actually kind of crazy because looking back on it now, we used to come out to play at about 1, Siege?
Yeah, even 12, like on a good day.
It was about 12, 1? Yeah, and then home time would be about 5.
Yeah.
So I was looking at it, thinking about, well, we only spent 4 or 5 hours playing on like a Saturday, and that's it. Like that one time. But it's school holiday nearly every day. So.
School holiday,
I know what you mean.
It would be even like until like past dinner time sometimes. Because it was like
sleepovers.
Yeah, that's the school holiday thing. Like I think you're right. Like 5 or 6, you kind of go home because you know your parents are gonna be home and there's gonna be food because you're like, man, I'm hungry. Haven't eaten since breakfast. So that's when you know to go home. Like, oh yeah, like because when other people's parents start rocking home, where you see these you start to see the people in the area, you start to see these cars coming home. Yeah. Like, that means it's home time for us as well.
Yeah, for sure. That's like when we used to play at my front yard, and then my mom used to come home. It would be like, okay, I'm gonna go now.
Yeah.
And then it was worse because then my mom would come out of the car and be like, oh, CJ, I think maybe your parents are looking for you now.
And that's what's funny about it, because that's the school holiday part about it, because you're out for the whole day. You don't use a clock or a watch.
No, or we'd be playing at my house, and then all of a sudden the phone would ring, and I would answer, and then it'd be like Ben's sisters, and it'd be like, oh, is Ben there? Can you tell him to come home now?
Every day my sisters would make that phone call.
Without fail.
Let me
I want to raise you
come
home.
Actually, I want to ask, the people listening, did you guys have that same thing where you didn't have your phone back then, obviously? Or you didn't really use a clock. You knew how to read the time, but you just didn't use a clock because you're outside. What were your indicators to go home on school holidays? And did you go home the same time as us? I want to ask another question. I know we are talking about holidays, but we're definitely talking about playing outside as a kid. When it wasn't school holidays, did you guys like stay out later after school, did you guys have a home time for that? Because I know a lot of people's. For me, after school, if I did go out after school, it was the sun setting for me, which is already like 6 or 7. Sometimes I wasn't always allowed to go out. I had to finish my homework if I wanted to do that.
No, I think for us, we would hang out. Okay, I'm thinking more like primary school days. We
Friday,
did.
Saturday.
We didn't. Yeah, but then high school is because we would just walk home together, and then like do a pit stop at each other's house for like half an hour, and then go home. Like it wasn't really like
that's it.
Yeah, it wasn't really. We would look more forward to.
We didn't plan to hang out. Yeah, it was more let's save our play days for Friday and Saturday.
Yeah,
and then like a little bit on Sunday because Sunday's like family day, and then it's pretty much how it was, man. But yeah, no, school holidays every day. We're playing every day.
100%.
Sometimes we do the sleepovers and but that's another story. Sleepovers, that's bruh. We'll talk about that next time.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot to talk about.
Have you guys got dessert today or what?
Yeah, dude.
Not in my full belly. I definitely got something to drink though.
I could go for some sushi. I haven't had
You
sushi.
bar on that, man. You just have to bar on that, man, boy.
Yeah, if it weren't for ISO, I really wish I could bring some to you, man.
But
I need some help on this.
You know what else is good? Like, it's not good, but it helps in ISO. Is Boba Bar. If you guys don't know, Boba Bar.
Oh yeah.
They're doing like ISO kits and stuff like that. So if you're a little bit worried about going out to like your local bubble tea place, it's a good way to get it at home and make stuff at home because then you know what you're putting into it. Oh, Ben's getting something. I don't know what he's getting, but I'm just going to talk about Boba Bar. Bobabar.mel. They give us drinks weekly. So we're here supporting them. They're a small local business, so it's always good to do that in these times. But these guys have like ISO kits, stuff you can order through the website. But we'll put links down below. But yeah, what do you think? What do you guys think of this flavor?
Ube.
Oh, nice.
I'm a big ube guy.
I'm a big ube guy. I'm liking I don't know what the right word to describe it is, but it's got that texture that I don't know if it's flaky or this kind of dryish part of ube that I like about when you have it. Like it's sweet. The ube is sweet, but it still sometimes has that weird floury texture about it.
Yeah, what's the word? There's a word for it.
I'm enjoying it when it's in a drink. Makes it taste legit.
Yeah. So I mean, Bobabar.mel. Check them out. They're definitely something you could do in ISO. And I think outside of ISO, they have catering options as well. So for your party needs and everything like that.
That's it. Hit them up. Check the website out. If you guys need, or the Instagram, they got a little, they got some stuff there. You can sort of see how they set up for parties and weddings and things like that, man. It's pretty cool.
And it's a real opportunity because it's a beautiful blend of boba, which everyone loves, and Filipino flavors mixed in. And you get to taste these. Yeah, they're just very different, but they're very tasty. I think it's just bringing together the life of Filipino culture through boba, something that we all share and love. And so, yeah, get your hands on it.
Oh, okay, cool.
What you got there,
Got some dessert though. I wanted to plug these guys as well. These another small business. We might as well shout them out. Called Manila Bites.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So they do. They actually do like scrolls, like those cinnamon scrolls. But I finished them. So now they got some cookies.
Oh yeah.
And some brownies. Yeah, some brownies and cookies.
That looks like a crinkle.
Yeah.
Was that a brownie or a crinkle?
It's a brownie. But this one?
Yeah.
Brownie. Really good. So Yeah, it's another one. At Manila_bites. Put the link in the description, you guys. Hit them up. Really good. Really good.
They
Really
look
good.
good. I'm so full. I can only drink the drink. I don't want to like get any boba in my. Like I'm like got the straw nice and high just to get the drink. I'm so full. It's so tasty.
Something for that. For your mum's food, huh?
Oh man, wait. Last question, and I think we should probably just wrap it up. But mum's food. I'm just thinking holidays. Let's not dig into it, but it's something to think about. Is like when you're ever at your friend's place for holidays, and your mum's like, "No, you eat here. You have food at home." Not-
Oh, that is,
Dude,
we got some stories. We got some stories, man.
For those listening, do you guys ever relate to any of our experiences growing up? We'd love to see it in the comments and just relate back to it. Yeah, please let us know.
Let us know, you guys. Did you have dessert food or not?
I've got something I'm gonna try tonight while I chuck on a movie. And it's a snack I found. It's Tim Tams. They're double choc caramel cream flavor.
Whoa.
I think it looks like one of those ones where you can only have one or two, and then you're good.
Yeah. You need milk if you want to continue on.
Yeah. So I mean, I
can't do it with water.
got this to wash it down. So, you know.
That's it. Yeah. Perfect.
We'll see. But yeah. Yeah, I think we'll save the rest of the conversation for next week. Hey guys.
Yeah, let's do it. Why not? We got some funny stuff. Yeah, I got some stories.
If you guys are enjoying this pod, and you've made it to episode 4, please just subscribe and put a like down below. Really helps towards getting our views and numbers up for this pod, because we do want it to be something.
Yeah, share it, and please share it. Share the love.
And also follow cheapsteaks.melb, our Instagram. We always put snippets of what we ate and stuff like that. All of it will be in the comment section below. Yeah, but guys,
if you guys are wondering what Cheapsteaks is, we'll definitely explain it at some point during these pods. Don't worry, there is a real reason.
Just like any person that you see that just use on social media, YouTube, Spotify, anything, they've got a lot of videos saved and done, and we've got a lot of that coming for you guys. We've got content upon content. Sometimes you just need that little nudge.
Like every good movie and TV show, there's always a backstory, and we'll get to the backstory when it gets time to get to that backstory. I think that's what we're aiming for.
Prequel saga.
So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like always, remember to social distance, wear a mask, and wash your hands, and just keep up with your friends, because it's always good to know what's going on in their life, and catching up with them through ISO is always a better way to get through all of this stuff. Hey.
Let's do it.
That's it.
So yeah.
All right.
Till next time.
Peace.
Go Lakers.
Hey guys, Jimmy Butler is your father.